Well, my name is Kevin Hermeling, and I was diagnosed with epilepsy shortly after I was born. As a baby, I would stare off into space for, a long time, and why that's somewhat normal. As I got to be about 1 and 2 years old, it would happen for minutes at a time, and they quickly diagnosed me with epilepsy. I can't count. I probably had 1,000 of them in my life. If you count them over the years, it was just, immense at times. I fought it for years and years, fought it for about 30 years before I met the right person. That was Dr. Madhavan.
It's my job. I take it personally when you have a seizure. Like I tell people when they come into my clinic for the first time, my goal is to make you seizure free. And it may be a process, but we'll get there. And either with medicine or surgery, we try to stick to that.
Within a month, he discovered more of a solution than I had seen in 30 years. And so it was refreshing, but it was also kind of frustrating. So I was like, where has this been? It would take me probably 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to actually get back into the swing of things. So my brain was actually thinking right. And then after, about 10 to 15 minutes from the moment it happened, I would be perfectly normal. And if you'd have walked in 15 minutes afterwards, you'd have never known I'd had one. But during that time, it was definitely uncomfortable. So, and I always had, like a 4 or 5 second head start of I knew a seizure was going to happen. It was an unmistakable feeling. You kind of you just knew it was going to happen. And so you just kind of had to brace yourself for what the next 3 or 4 minutes was going to be like. As a high school math teacher, and I run a professional business helping kids, and it just was, I always told my kids up front that said, hey, I might have a seizure. This is what will happen. If you see it, go contact the office.
He came to me without really any knowledge that there were other treatments other than the medicines that he was on. And he was on some older generation seizure medicines. And what we ended up doing was we diagnosed his epilepsy and found that it was surgically amenable. And we offered him epilepsy surgery.
And so it was a process of about a year before I could officially have the surgery. That was the final result. That was the grand finale of being seizure-free. And I've been seizure-free now since June of 2008.
These days, because of the technology that we have behind us, epilepsy surgery is very safe, incredibly effective, and can make a dramatic difference in people's lives. We've done a number of epilepsy surgeries at the Nebraska Medical Center, and people have been seizure-free for the first time in their lives. And I think that we can't underestimate the effect and the positive the benefits of seizure freedom. And basically, these people get their lives back.
And I still take medication just to be safe and make sure. But now, I never once, I don't even I taught, I teach school this year. I tutor a lot of kids through my business, and I don't even tell them that there's a chance of having a seizure. And I didn't realize that until like 3 weeks after school started. But I was like, you know what? I didn't even announce that to the kids this year like I always made sure I used to. I said, hey, these kids got to know this just in case I want to make sure they're safe. And now it was 3 weeks after school started. I'm like, man, I didn't even say anything. I was like, that's kind of, subconsciously amazing. You just realize, I didn't even think of having a seizure anymore, like it's not even possible. So that's kind of a revealing moment when you know you just feel like emotionally it's over.